Emergency services play a really key role, so they can come along and provide the technical support, particularly in a health emergency or a medical emergency. So they are really key responders, but the first people that come to help us are the people standing next to us at the time, whoever that is, total stranger or a partner or a neighbour. So everyone is having that conversation as community, as first responders. The other reason emergency services are talking about that now is in the changing world that we live in, the changing climate, we realise that we will be overwhelmed in emergency services. We are not going to have the resources to respond to everybody as we would like to and as we need to. So we really are relying more and more on individuals and people and members of the public to help us out and respond and to be there. So whilst responding is innate and something that we do, we can actually do more than that. We can start equipping people with skills, knowledge, information, which gives them power to be even better responders and helping out. So there's things that they can learn so they can provide a better response when they're first there.
We need to change this idea that the public is a liability and really see them as a resource. Just getting people to check on their neighbors in an emergency will save more lives than adding more fire trucks.
So our presentation this morning was building remote smart communities. Hazard smart communities, I think it was, in Northern Australia. So it was really a project that was built from the ground up. So Indigenous peoples themselves had said that they wanted more of a say in how emergency management response happens in communities. So they say there's a structure there, but it doesn't necessarily reflect what Indigenous people think about hazards and how they respond to hazards and prepare for hazards, and really trying to make the two systems align better, like the Indigenous peoples' reactions to preparing for hazards and what the Western concept of hazards and preparing for hazards is, and trying to get them more closely aligned so that it works better for everyone.
One of the things I think that's really interesting about this whole field is that almost unlike any other realm of government, the fire and emergency service industry has a devolved power system anyway, which is the volunteer brigade structure. They're interested in getting practical outcomes delivered on the ground where it matters most. And all we're talking about is adapting that a little to match the cultural settings of these particular First Australian communities.
Much as we talk about first responders being the SES or the emergency personnel, my argument is that the first responders are the locals. They're the neighbours, the friends, the families. And it's their experience that we need to listen to if we are to work out how to build resilience across Australia. It's the people on the ground. So that's my mission, and that's why Phil's here, because his community made a huge difference on the ground to the local Cardwell community before anyone else did anything.
So we're as local as you can get, I suppose, and we just felt obligated that we had to react and respond to this disaster. But you know, that's been going on for years. This sort of business is nothing new, but we felt obligated. We had to respond to it. Yeah.
And when I first met Phil, one of the things he said, he probably said it half a dozen times in our first conversation. He said, black, white or brindle, we're all part of the community. So from the outset, Phil was all about an inclusive approach to who the community is. He wasn't just helping his local Aboriginal community, he was helping everyone, black, white or brindle.
Cyclone never discriminate.
No.
It doesn't care whether you're black or white or brindle. So, you know, we've all got to pull together to make sure that we get back on our feet, I suppose. So, yeah.